Do you believe in God, Aaron?
I do.
And like, what's the origin story of that? Like, is it a childhood thing? Because I didn't believe in God in my childhood, and it's something that kind of came into my life a little later.
No, it's it's funny because I what spirituality means to me is different than what it means to probably a lot of people. In terms of an organized religion, I do not practice one specific religion. My family is Italian Catholic, and so growing up, everybody in my family was very, very Catholic. And so, going to mass, going to, church and everything was very important. My mother, on the other hand, she was more of like a hippie, a free spirit. And she did not want me to basically be locked into the ideologies of an organized religion. She wanted me to sort of discover things on my own. And my father is actually a Buddhist. And so from the age of like 12, he started practicing Buddhism. And so I have seen, and then I started, long story short, I started researching different world religions just for my personal, interest. I was interested to see, well, there are all these different religions, and are they really honestly like kind of saying the same thing, just using different, names for things? And so I was very interested in religion. And so, theology and iconology is all something that I'm very interested in. I do have I feel a very, personal connection with my God. And I think that is a big part of my life and something that I believe in. What it means, do I think that he's sitting on a big chair up there? I don't. But I do believe.
Have you had experiences in your life where your strength in God has like increased after having a certain experience?
Not really. And the reason why I say that is because every time I was going through something really bad, like whether or not it was my business failing, I would pray really hard, right? Oh God, please just let me get through this. Oh, please let me figure this out. Oh, please, 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 please. And when it didn't work out the way that I thought it should, I get upset and I get mad. I'd be like, well, if there's really, or then then you see people dying or loved ones. My wife's brother passed away at the age of 44. You see these things. It's like, well, if there was a God, like, why would this happen? But I think that was a much more like, to answer the question, no, but yes. At the time when I'm trying to utilize my spirituality in order to get something for myself, it hasn't worked, and I would get upset. But it was in retrospect and only in later perspective that you're able to realize that the best thing that was happening, if there is something else in a higher power that is sort of directing and helping and sort of guiding you on this journey that is life, he, she, whatever your perception of higher power is, definitely had a plan in place and gave me what I needed, not what I wanted. And so, if that makes sense at all.
Yeah, for sure, 100%. Do you now look back at those moments and say that, oh, this is what God was trying to tell me? Oh, okay, this is what.
Absolutely. Yeah. And that's the beautiful thing about hindsight, right? It's super crystal clear, but at the time you're so busy being scared and hopeless and helpless and fearful that you don't have the ability to sort of see through, what do they say? See the trees for the forest, or whatever that saying is. And so, it's been a journey. It's been a journey for sure.
I invite you to India to experience like the spiritual aspects of this country, man. Like at some point in your life, definitely make a trip to the Himalayas. And it's not from like a religious perspective, or it's nothing ritualistic, but I feel a lot of people go deeper into themselves. They become super self-aware when they spend time in certain parts of this country. And that's the big.
And another, like, when I feel closest to God, and when I'm in nature and when I see things that are beautiful, when I see the humanity in people, like these are the situations and and environments where I feel the closest and really feel the presence of a higher power. And so no, I know exactly what you're talking about. I watched a documentary recently. I love music documentaries, and I believe it was George Harrison from the Beatles who came and did he come? He came to India, correct?
All the Beatles came to India. They
Yeah.
went to a place called Rishikesh.
But he was the one who really like embraced it to like just the next level. And you know, with the yoga and the meditation and all that. And so it's been, yeah, I'm familiar and understand that is something that I probably should do in the future.
I think it will happen to you, and hopefully we'll do that trip together.
Excellent.
But
I need a tour. I need a tour guide. Somebody to show me what to eat.
I would love to be that guy.